Hi. Sorry about that. I forget every time. It likes to reset my microphone. At least it isn't like 10 minutes into the stream. Hi. How's everyone? Hope you're all doing good. I thought I saw Late Echo talk. Whatever. Okay. Excuse all of what just popped up. Okay. Yeah, that's... Alright. Anyway, how am I doing? I'm doing good so far. It's morning, but no, you're fine. I'm fine with lots of chatting. Ooh. That sounds like a good breakfast. I've not eaten yet. I do this first. Okay. So, I'm gonna do more lore dump stuff, because, I want to. I just have to decide who I'm actually gonna be drawing. What was I talking about yesterday? I was talking about my past stuff. Have I ever thought of making AUs on your characters? I have, actually. I have some... It's not super fleshed out, but it's essentially a character swap, kind of. It's more, what if Mossy, Nettle, and Angel weren't the gifted cats? Oh yeah, I haven't had a chance to check that DM yet. I woke up and then had to do this. Or had to get ready for stream, so I will check that after stream. But yeah, I don't mind a bunch of text. I get it. I was talking about Shadow Wish. I think I ended with her death. So I don't think I've fully told her story before, so Yeah, we're gonna do that. So, where did I save that shadow? Whatever. I don't remember what I did and didn't save. Anyway, let me quickly figure out who to draw. Because I don't want to draw Crimson Sky. He doesn't deserve it. Hi, Demetia. Welcome. Give me a moment. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna draw... They're not in this part of the story, but I'm going to draw Blackstream and Silver Star. Are they in this folder? No. Or Black Star and Silver Star, who I talked about yesterday. Is this it? That's their heads. Can I make you as a dog? Not right now. I will be doing a request stream once I hit 200 subscribers. What did I think of Vex? I thought that he was cool. The design's really cool. What'd you miss? Nothing yet. I'm just starting. I don't know where those full bodies are. Oh, here they are. Don't mind the fact that, well, who cares? Oh yeah, I thought Nemesis sounded cool. I just didn't get a chance to respond. I kinda was busy making a whole animatic. Anyway. Awesome. Good. Get your sleep. Let me recalibrate my hand. You suggested an adopt theme? Of course! I'm always looking for new adopt themes. You can suggest it here, or you can message me on DA, or whatever you want. How many subs do I need? When I started, I had 178. So, it's like 22 more until 200. I think. My math might be off. Anyway, I'm gonna draw these guys, but ooh, horse breeds would be interesting. I'll write that down. Add it to my big list of ideas. It's on my list of ideas. Thank you. Okay, anyway. Let's get into all this. I'm going to be drawing these two, but talking about Black Star. I totally didn't write song lyrics at 5 a.m. because, well, hey. If I were to change anything about Vex, what would I change? I don't think there's too much to change about the design. I think just, I don't know. I'm not sure. It doesn't super... I'm trying to send a message in our DM, but it isn't letting me. That's weird. But yeah, I don't know what I'd change about Vex. The design's pretty cool. Oh. The message did send. Anyway. Thank you, Moonlight Sands. Anyway, let's get into the actual drawing. I'm drawing these two, or redesigning them, but I'm gonna be talking about the next part of Shadow Wish's story. Or I don't know what she looks like. Couldn't get to sleep. Ooh. Hey Leo, welcome. Nothing has even started yet. I'm too busy talking to chat. Sorry, I'm considering. There are technically characters that I could draw in this. Thank you, Moonlight Sands. I'm sure it feels like every time I stream, I see that my subscriber count has gone up, which I'm extremely grateful for. I did not expect. Hello, everyone's here. Okay. Shadow Wish. Part 2. This part of the story I don't think I've talked about publicly. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out. Give me a second. Hello. back. Also, hello, CRK lover. No, I'll take it easy on myself. I'm not going to... Oh, fun. I've seen stuff on MS Paint, and yeah, I can guess that's hard to render on. But hey, if you can figure it out, that's really cool. Anyway, Shadow Wish time. I was gonna draw a different character, but I'm not gonna torture myself by trying to design something while I'm also trying to remember a part of the story that I've written. Alright, see you, LXD. Anyway, so, where I left off, Shadow Wish, died. Hey Moonlight Sands, let's not harass everyone about subscribing. Most of the people here, I'm pretty sure, are subbed. These are all people I have seen before. And if they're not, that's their choice. Anyway, this isn't black, this is whatever. You're fine. Just trying to keep things chill. You're fine. Okay. So where I left off, Black Star took care of Shadow Wish, and Shadow's yeah, her clan disappeared. Hey, again, you're fine, Moonlight Sands. How do I draw with a little line sketch or head starter? Give me a second. Okay. Dog wanted back in. Cool. Do without a little line sketch. I just kind of I tried to do the whole this like line thing for a while, but I just find it easier. I started with just kind of eyeballing where my stuff goes, and it's just become a habit. I actually find it harder to do do proportions with the line thing, if that makes sense. I'm just not used to using it. So the answer is, I just never used it and learned without. Oh yeah, someone asked about an AU, like, 10 minutes ago, and I was saying it, and then there were people here. Before I get into the Shadow Wish thing, someone asked if I had made an AU about my OCs. And I have. It was a swap AU. It was essentially what if Mossy, Nettle, and Angel were not the gifted cats. I technically have 2 versions of that AU, because there's one where it's a straight swap. So Mossy's sister, Lightning Berry, she becomes SunClan's gifted and healer. Cherry Belly, Nettlepool's sister, becomes that, and then Comet becomes, instead of Mossy, Nettle, and Angel, it would be Lightning, Cherry, and Comet. And then there's another one where Mossy, Nettle, and Angel are still the gifted cats, but part of the story is Nettlepool's brother, Wildstrike, he's not very nice to his brother, and part of that is because he wanted to be a healer. Plus he was just given a bad mentor. Oh, fun. Anyway. It was just, So I have a mini AU where, the brothers talk to each other, and essentially they figure out that Nettle has a power before the canon reveal, and they essentially pretend that Wild Kit is the one that has the power. Oh, we're talking about Wings of Fire. I'm excited for the new the new series. Hello, welcome. But yeah, that AU is essentially that Wildstrike pretends to be the gifted cat, and Nettle gets to live his dream of being a warrior from the start. Oh, fun. Can I draw a hot dog guy and gumball kissing? Not right now. When I hit 200 subscribers, I'll be doing a requests stream. So maybe then. I don't know anything about a hot dog guy though. That's okay. Anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about Shadowish here. So, oh yeah, Doggo's getting upset again. What kind of dog do I have? He is some kind of mutt. We're not sure what he is. He's a rescue. Shadowish core reel. I should make some kind of... Someday I'll make like playlists for my characters, but I just don't know what songs I'd put on them right now. Anyway. Shadowish, Part 2. So, we left off with Shadowish being no longer. She's sent to the Dark Forest, for being a bad kitty. It depends on the type of dog. Anyway. Where was I? Okay. So, yeah. Shadowish is sent to the Dark Forest. And by the time she gets there, she is, sorry, there's now noise outside and it's breaking my brain. I like exotic pets, but dogs and cats are cute. Ooh, you have a snake? That's cool. I have birds. As well as cats and dogs. My favorite color is blue. I like blue. Anyway. What was I? Okay. Lore dump. It's happening. Yes, I do have birds. I have budgies and society finches. Oh no, what happened to your budgie? I'm sorry about your budgie. Birds are silly. Yeah, I do have little budgie buddies. I love them. Also, fun fact, my budgies are gay. Hi, Muddy Wolgan, welcome. You have a fox. That's pretty cool. Oh, these proportions are all off. What, how? How are my budgies gay? They're two girls, and they act like a couple. Or, they don't act like a couple, they are a couple. Give me a second. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of animals. Anyway, yeah. Also, it's sad but funny. I had a male budgie in the flock, but he is no longer. But as soon as he left, that's when my girls got together. It's a little funny. I think it's funny. Anyway, what are my birds' names? Well, my gay budgies are named Sapphire. No. Their names are Star and Sky. Sapphire was the boy I was just talking about. Yeah. Their names are Star and Sky. They're both blue, though Sky has a yellow face. And she's diluted. So she's a softer. She's got blues and greens. Wow. But yeah, so I have those two, and then I have 4 society finches. 2 boys and 2 girls. The boys are Stanley and Seuss, named after the Gravity Falls characters. And then the girls are Dove and Mabel. Give me a second. Okay. Dang, Zero. You got like a farm going on over there. I want a ferret too. Ferret seems so cool. Or like a rat. Okay, dog. Okay. Dog has been disarmed once again. Rocket and Groot are so cute. I used to have I've owned birds for 8 or 9 years. And my first ever one was, well, my first ever 2 Deers are cute. I think some of the more exotic, not that deers are exotic, but like more of the animals that you really can't own as pets. Like finding sanctuaries or reserves to volunteer at. Oh, Roxy's a cute fox name. But my first birds were society finches. I had one named Speck and one named Skeepers. And his name was Skeepers because he was an escape artist. I loved him. I miss him. But yeah, Skeepers was an escape artist. He always found his way into little cracks and crevices. And one time, now I keep my birds in my room, and they're not allowed in the rest of the house because we have cats and dogs. But Skeepers escaped from under my door because there's a huge gap under my door that has not been fixed yet. Still, it's been like 4 years. But he escaped under there, and I freaked out. But that poor little guy, he was sitting in my bathroom. Or he was sitting in the bathroom, and I picked him up. And then since that point, I got super attached to him, and he got super attached to me. He would come right up to the edge of the cage, and I'd put my face there, and he would sing at me. And he'd bite at my finger. Yeah. I'm gonna stop talking about that now, because that's making me sad. Maybe it is. I always said, if I had renamed some of my finches, because I also had another guy, his name was Onyx, and he was so bossy. If I had renamed those finches, I probably would have named Skeepers Houdini. And Onyx would have been named something like Bandit, because his markings were, he was a darker brown. Pretty much all society finches are brown, if you've never seen a society finch before. They're all brown and white. But Onyx was a darker brown, and his markings looked like this. Bird beak. So this was all a dark brown, and then he had a white face. And he had like a little mask over his eyes, so he looked like a little bandit. Anyway, I think I was gonna talk about Shadow Wish, and then we started talking about pets. Does that look good? Let's get into the lore dump for real this time. Because I don't think I can talk about my pets anymore, or more right now. I miss my bird. Anyway, time to talk about fictional animals. So, Shadow Wish was in the dark forest, and she found her way out. Partially because she just didn't want to stay cooped up in a punishment forest for the rest of her life. She has always been she likes to explore, and she found a very easy way out. Oh my. Also, she wanted to get away from her dad, who was there and trying to be all buddy-buddy with her. And she said, haha, no. Anyway. So, she finds her way out of the dark forest, and she spends some time there and some time just wandering. Sometimes she will go mess with the clans. And that's her life for a while. It's just her doing whatever she wants. Her dad wanted to be buddy-buddy, even though he was not very cool when they were alive. Anyway. So, that's kind of her life for a while. She makes some dark forest friends as more cats enter the dark forest. To remind, there's only like a couple. This is like a new dark forest because the clans haven't been around all that long when Shadow Wish joins or dies. So she's kind of around for most of the new cats who join or who are sent to the place of no stars. But anyway, everything for the clans changes when Moon Clan lets in a couple of loners, and one of those loners destroys the clan structure as they know it, by trying to get rid of the gifted cats. Even though my man was a gifted cat himself, he just was uncomfortable and did what any guy would do when they're uncomfortable with something, destroy it. Anyway, I will talk about that part of the lore with Crimson Sky when I develop it a little more. I need to rework that part of the timeline. Either way, Shadow Wish is just there the whole time, watching things unfold, eating her ghost popcorn. And so she goes, "You're fine. I don't mind if you're quiet." Where was I? Right. So, things unfold, and Crimson Sky goes to leave clan territory, and intrigued, Shadow Wish follows him. And she talks to him and is trying to figure out what he's all about. He ignores her for a bit, but eventually he breaks, and they have what I would not consider a friendship, but I don't know what I'd consider it, but they're not friends, and they're not, like, allies. They're just two people existing in the same space on friendly terms. And also with him, if I do ever do a lore dump about Crimson Sky, I just, yeah. Either way, he's got a child with him. He stole a child. Either way, it's fine. It was his child, or his son, probably. Either way, the two cats, or the three cats, travel for a while. There's a big mountain that, borders Sun Clan's territory, and essentially, after burning down the forest, Crimson Sky makes his way around the mountain, from this side. You can also go this way, but no. Same profile opening. I don't remember. I will refigure out how I did that, and I will message you instructions and stuff. No, don't steal my credit card information. I don't have any money. Anyway. So, they're traveling for a while. They're traveling around the mountain, and at some point, hi kitty kitty, what do you want? Hi kitty. Dimitri, hello. Anyway, real cat. Hi, yes, I hear you. At some point, Shadow Wish brings up a group of cats that there's a valley in the middle of the mountain, and there's a group of cats that live there, and Shadow Wish mentions to Crimson Sky that they have, like, she's pretty much like, oh yeah, there's like these guys that live in the middle of the mountain. They've got this weird ritual where they talk to the dead. Do you want to go visit? And Crimson Sky, intrigued, is like, okay, show me where they are. And so they go to visit this group that I have not named. I don't know who. They're just a random group of cats. Anyway. So they visit this group of cats, and Crimson Sky learns hello, welcome, long live the king. And thank you. But anyway, yeah. He watches their ritual, and essentially, their way of talking to the dead is a kind of a possession-esque ritual. They let the spirit cat talk through them. They are possessed. They're giving up their body for a small period of time and letting the other spirit in. And they've got, like, protocol for if someone does not leave the host's body. Things like that. Maybe. I haven't, like I said, I need to rework this part of the lore. But what I'm talking about right now is more recent thoughts. So I know this is essentially what happens. Oh, cool. Anyway, he watches and gets an idea. And so essentially, Crimson Sky discovers how to live forever. Is the moral of that story. Or the, yeah, whatever. Essentially, he modifies the ritual in a way so that he essentially is able to swap bodies with someone, and yeah. While all this is happening, Shadow Wish is just vibing. She's like, wow, look at what my cool friend is doing. Look at my cool new friend. He's a little weird, but like, whatever. Oh, we're talking about Appleburn. I love Appleburn. Also, I love that, the little fox jump art. It was so cute. That tail looks kind of ugly, but I don't actually care right now. I forgot her other eye. No! But yeah, Shadow Wish is just kind of vibing while all this is happening. What is it? Anyway. So, we'll cut to as Shadow Wish is watching him, like, figure this out, she is casually like, oh, that's kind of cool. We should possess some bodies and go cause some mischief. And oops. And Crimson Sky is just, he is non-committal, but Shadow Wish kind of just takes that as a, yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna go do once he figures out whatever is happening. So, yeah, we'll fast forward. Crimson Sky figures out, or Crimson Sky switches bodies, with the, child of the kitten he brought with him. Where is... Oh, cool. Hi, cat. What do you want? So, yeah. He gets a new body. And does not... I'm trying to think of a way to explain it in a way that makes sense to anyone but me. Because it's not body swapping. Crimson Sky is essentially taking himself out and making cats do the ritual, but he keeps the body. And because he's controlling everything, there is no safety plan. Oh boy. Anyway. After all of this happens, Shadow Wish is like, whoa, that's so cool. Now what? And then Crimson Sky is like, now you can leave. You gave me all that I wanted from you, and now I do not wish to talk to you anymore. Goodbye! And Shadow Wish gets upset because she thought they were friends. But instead, he was a bad guy. So yeah, they have a falling out, and I mean, is it really a falling out if it's a one-sided kind of thing? Anyway. I do not know what I'm doing art-wise right now. I'm just doing random things at this point. So, Shadow Wish heads back to the clans. She at first gets over it kind of quickly. She's like, well, fine, I didn't want to be your friend anyway. I'll just go mess with the clan cats again. Except she can no longer do that because Crimson Sky messed everything up, and any gifted cats that he did not get rid of left the clans entirely. And by the time Shadow Wish gets back to clan territory, the clans are no longer on speaking terms with each other. They took the disappearances, or they took the gifted cats leaving as a sign that the clans should no longer be united. And so, for many, many, many years, Sun Clan, Moon Clan, and Eclipse Clan, while they still all live next to each other, essentially treat each other like gangs of rogues. Even though they're all still following the same warrior code, and they're all still talking to the same Star Clan. They just are no longer consider each other allies. And because Shadow Wish doesn't have anyone to talk to anymore, because again, non-gifted cats cannot, under normal circumstances, see spirit cats, and especially not dark forest ones. I don't do the whole being brought to the dark forest in your dreams kind of thing. That's not part of my lore. I just did not personally include that into how my world works. But anyway, so she continues her, like, what she was doing before of switching between going back to the dark forest and exploring and just watching over the clan cats. Hi, Potato. Welcome. Except now she has no one to talk to besides the dark forest cats. Sometimes she doesn't want to talk to them because they're in the dark forest for a reason, except for you, Feather. You, Feather, did nothing wrong. Anyway, fast forward a bunch of time later, and Shadow Wish is just chilling in Eclipse Clan territory, and a cat calls out. And at first she ignores the call because she knows it can't possibly be for her. No clan cat has seen her in a very long time. But the cat calls out again and eventually touches her, and Shadow Wish looks up at this giant white kitten and is like, "You can see me?" And the cat is like, "Yeah, what are you doing?" And so begins the friendship of Angel Wish and Shadow Wish. Shadow Wish originally tries to she is extremely excited that, oh my god, there's cats who can see me again. But she's also hesitant because she's not quite sure how long that's gonna last. And also, this is a child. And she is originally like, you don't want to talk to me, I'm a bad cat. But Angel is persistent. Hi again, Loyal XD, welcome again. And so eventually the two form a friendship, and part of that is, so Shadow Wish found that one of her favorite spots is laying on top of Angel. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, she found one of her favorite spots is just to lay on Angel's back. Ooh, have fun with Metroid Dread. I watched my brother play it and it looked hard. I played a tiny bit of it. It's just not my type of game. Thank you. Also, hi Lumen, welcome. That's the wrong color. Anyway, I talked yesterday about Angel Wish's power being the ability to allow non-gifted cats to see ghosts. Yeah, she does kind of look like Gale Star. Black Star was created before Gale Star was a thing. Just to preface. Black Star has existed since like 2020. Yeah. But yeah, her design does kind of look like it could be a Black Star one. Or a Gale Star. Where was I? Right. So part of Angel's power is that she can make spirit cats see, or she can make regular cats see spirit cats. But with Shadow Wish, she wants to keep her new friend to herself, and Shadow Wish, she notices that Shadow is kinda hesitant to be seen by the other gifted cats. Alright, see you, Zero. Have a good day. And so, Angel practices with her power and eventually learns how to do it the other way. She can now make ghost cats invisible to the gifted. And so she keeps Shadow Wish hidden for the whole time. And I have technically run out of time. I could do another super long stream, but I unfortunately have things to do. So, thank you for listening to Storytime Part 2 of the Shadow Wish adventure. Yeah, Shadow Wish has a lot of lore. And it's mostly because she's just around for a really long time. But yeah. Anyway. Maybe I'll talk more tomorrow about my guys. Anyway. I'm gonna end stream here. Yeah, it's time for me to go. I got things to do. I'll be back again tomorrow. I hope y'all have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye.